Hey girls, welcome back. Thanks for stopping back by. So I just want to show you the exercises one at a time, and I can explain a little bit about them, and this is kind of about the easiest way that I've come up with it. So it's only about 12 exercises that you need to learn, and once you know them, you know them. I'm just laying the groundwork for you, and after that you can do these in any order that you want. You can set your rep numbers for whatever you want. You can set your count numbers for whatever you want. Extra large weights, smaller weights, less force. Incredibly adjustable. So we're going to start with protein shake, and this is a super easy exercise. And the reason that it's still on here is because you're going to be at about a 70-degree angle, and this is just a simple wrist twist, but you're going to have your legs pretty far apart and you're leaning forward, and you're going to realize that these weights, even when you're leaning forward, they're going to support your weight. This is going to help you figure out your water balance in the pool. So protein shake is not a challenging exercise. I just do it, and I think it's important because it helps you figure out your balance point, and you kind of trust that the weights are going to keep you afloat, and they will. Now full back is next. Can't really show that. I got a video and a short that'll show you that, and also underwater footage. Next exercise is side downs. And side downs is an exercise that you're going to do just in a stationary position, and it's one of the exercises that we're going to reverse direction when we're doing it. So you're going to pull up, stop before the surface, go back down, up, down, up, down. Sounds easy. And then you do 10 like that, and just to break it up, you take a step forward and just do a suspension hold. That's part of it. I didn't want to do 30 side downs in a row, and my storyboard fell over. I'll be right back. Now the next three you would do in order. Actually there's four, and they're the suspension exercises. So I also have a video explaining them. Underwater footage, you can see what that looks like, but you're using the weights to hold you afloat, and it's more than just floating. You'll find out. You're gonna definitely work your abs. I know I'm fat right now. I'm coming out of hibernation fat season. Then we're gonna talk about hammer twist and two-way tire flip, and these are gonna be the first two of the exercises that you're gonna actually be able to push off with. So if you're just doing hammer twist in a stationary position, it's basically pulling up and then pulling back down. So we're reversing direction in this as well. So you can pull up as hard as you want, go back down, and then two-way tire flip. The only difference is that you're gonna orient the weights this way. So you're gonna pull up, stop, two-way exercise, back, up, stop, up, stop. You'll kind of get into a rhythm in the pool where you'll kind of get into a flow. If you stay at the same resistance, you'll get to maybe where you're hopping back and forth on the bottom, just tapping, touching. So that's hammer twist, two-way tire flip, and those are exercises that you can push off with as well. So if you really want to dial those up, they become more of a one-way exercise. But if you're doing hammer twist or tire flip, you're crouching down, pushing up with your legs, pulling up with your arms, and still stopping before you reach the surface. It becomes more of a one-way exercise because the recoil is not as strong. So two-way tire flip, hammer twist, you can push off with. Now Fury is a pretty simple exercise. I'm going to do this in very shallow water, and it's basically just orienting yourself where you're punching down in the water, but we're still keeping the weights underwater. You can do as many as you want. You can adjust your counts. You can adjust the weight size, like I said. But then we get into flies. So two of the flies we can also push off with. So we're gonna do just a straight horizontal fly, tap, pull back. You can do this in a stationary position where the water's over your shoulder. Forward, back, arc fly. Weights are still underwater. These are also exercises that you can push off with when you're doing them, and you can add a lot of increased resistance when you do that. If you're doing a fly, I'm almost going to be almost in a horizontal position with my body. But when I pull these weights forward, they're gonna push my body back to where I can reload and push off again if I want to. You don't have to push off, but that's how you really dial up the intensity on that. Reverse flies, you could never do this exercise in the air and you would never try it. So to do the reverse flies, it's kind of a palms out. Put the weights here. This will be a stationary exercise. You won't be pushing off with this. Take the weights back and back around, keeping them underwater. So those are the exercises, except for the suspension exercises. You can see those in a video. You got a question about anything, don't hesitate to ask. Like I said, we're just stacking on these resistance multipliers because all the water resistance is underwater and it's smoother. Everyone thinks it's up here. It's down there. Got your own backyard pool, looking for a workout that is actually challenging, that you can adjust and make it whatever you want? Like I said, I just hope that you come check